Hi, I'm Dr. Paul, and I'm with the Body Intelligence Center, and I wanted to explain to you today how to take homeopathic remedies. Now, there are videos that are attached here that on this website that you can actually go to and take a look at what homeopathic remedies are. I had one patient after I assessed her. I should have, asked her some questions, but she came back saying that she went online and said that or Wikipedia, and she said that homeopathics are there's no evidence and it's not really, it doesn't work. Well, websites can say anything. I mean, there's websites that say chiropractic doesn't work. There's websites that are dedicated, like science-based medicine, that's dedicated to denouncing any alternative therapies. And I don't know what the motivation is behind it, but from personal experience of 25 years being in practice, I love what I do. I'm 100% cash practice, and people pay me lots of money to get them just with their struggles. It could, whether it be cancer, whether it be autoimmune disease, whether it be exposure to radiation, whatever it is that they've been exposed to. Many of the causes of ailments that can be attributed, I always ask, are they sleeping good? Are they drinking enough water? Are they taking any drugs? If you take a look at the physician's desk reference, it's about this thick, and every one of them has a side effect. And I always go over those side effects with my patients, because some of those same things that they're experiencing, and the thing that's ironic is that they may be taking an anxiety medication and then it causes anxiety. And so, yeah, sometimes that does happen, but every drug has a side effect. Beautiful thing about non-drug approaches is that they don't cause any side effects. They don't kill anybody. If you take a drug from a medical doctor, over 100,000 people die each year from those drugs, and so you have to be careful. Now, I'm not opposed to drugs if given in the right circumstance to save a life, but for a chronic disease, it doesn't really cure. It only masks, and if that, it will cause other collateral damage. So that's why I love the non-drug approach. Homeopathic is the most non-drug approach. If you could take a look at three levels of potency, you've got homeopathic, then you've got supplements, and then you've got drugs. So where do drugs come from? They really come from herbs. And so they extract the most powerful active chemical constituent in that herb, and they extract it out and they make it into a little pill, and it has a huge side effect in the body. That's why most of the people that come in here, they don't want to be on drugs, and so they like to do my way, just because number one, they want to do a drug less approach, and we get good results. So let me show you how to do homeopathic remedies. Typically, I will give them in a sealed container here, a vial, and what you do, there's instructions in front, but I want to go over each of those instructions. In this particular one, I forgot to include the fact that you have to hit the vial hard 5 times. So, it's you rip off the seal. Then before you take, it's always usually 1 to 3 drops. Most of the small ones have 1 drop. You put it underneath your tongue, and you have to hit it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty hard, firm. Why? Because these are homeopathic remedies. If you look on the videos, are basically just electrical imprints of the substance. In this case, it's I had a guy that had several CT scans. Is CT scans dangerous? Well, they're necessary sometimes, right? But if you get them over and over again, they're radiation, and radiation causes cancer, and so they're very harmful for the body. There was one patient that I knew of that when he was younger, well, his symptoms were basically a lot of stomach issues. He would have these seasons of not wanting to eat because of stomach troubles. He would lose 20 pounds here, 3 months, lose 20 pounds of weight, and then gain it back. He would have these seasons of gaining and losing because of stomach problems. You know what the root cause of his was? He found out through the exam, the doctor found out through the exam, that he was exposed to a lot of x-rays from working for his veterinarian uncle. Back then they had no shields. So now he's been exposed to all this radiation. I had another lady that was exposed to radiation, and she, a lot of mammograms all through her life. I think it was mammograms. And I gave her 1 drop of this, and it started causing her lymph node to swell, because it was trying to release the radiation from her body. So the homeopathics work. Now, I don't care what the website says. You have to try it for yourself. It doesn't hurt to try a $9 remedy, and probably it's soon to go up in price as well, to see if it does anything. But usually people need more than just one remedy. Along with this, I usually put people on supplements based on their blood work, because we want to make sure that their body's depletion of nutrients is repleted. So going back to getting off my soapbox, hit it 5 times, open it up, put a drop underneath, and squeeze the drop a couple of times so that you get the water in and out of the actual, so it's mixing the water basically. Then you put 1 drop underneath the tongue. Try not to touch anything, because once you contaminate it with saliva, you may have to get a new vial and it'll cost you more money. So 1 drop underneath the tongue, and do not put anything for 5 minutes after you take that drop. And just follow the instructions on here for what you do with how to take care of the remedies. It's in red right here. Okay, that's basically, keep it away from any electrical appliances, cell phones, computers. Good places to put it is in the linen closet, next to your bed if there's no like lamps or cell phones there, or in the middle of the dining room. Again, away from any major appliances or electricity or Wi-Fi or cell phones. And the top part is showing you what you need to do. Take the remedies with, usually there's other vials that are needed, and I give a rescue vial oftentimes that contains the things that clean your body out. Okay, so lymph nodes. See, lymph nodes collect all the junk and get it out of the body. It contains the large intestine homeopathic. It contains kidney homeopathic. Those 3 are the major 3 systems or organs, if you will, that help excrete toxins out, like radiation and whatever toxins I'm giving to the patient. They're in homeopathic form. Watch the videos, because there's no large intestine in here. There's no radiation in here. No matter, well, you can't see radiation anyways, but it's the electrical frequency, since we're all based out of frequency. Just like an atom is mainly just frequency, because if you take a look at an atom and imagine that being a football field, you got 3 dots, protons, neutrons, electrons, and those 3 dots are golf balls in the football field. That's what you could see and touch. Everything else is space. So your space, 99% space. This floor that you're sitting on, or your chair that you're sitting on, your floor that you're standing on, is all 99% electrical space. So homeopathic remedies are just the imprint of the matter. No substance in there at all. Watch the videos. Next thing is, it contains water, 100% pure water. I use a Berkey system in order to filter it, and then I make the remedies using an imprinter. And this, you can make your own homeopathic remedies, as you can see on the videos. Those remedies are not very potent. Some of these, like this one here, is got a what we call a 500x potency, and that means that it's probably thousands and thousands of times more potent based on the power of the atom. You watch the video to explain why that works. Okay, so it's basically less and less. If pharmaceutical drugs were like 100 molecules and supplements were like 10 molecules, this is like negative molecules, -1. But there's still something in there, but there's really not anything in there. It's a negative number, so there's no like matter in there, but it's still a substance. That if you were to take a look at it, like imagine looking at an atomic microscope, you may be able to see some of the protons and electrons, but it's invisible at that point. It's all frequency based. If you take a look at the water in the world here, memory is in, there's water memory. Okay, take a look at the video and you can see and understand how Nobel Prize winner explains memory and water, and how that, and what the implications of that there are on health issues, whether it be cancer, diabetes, heart disease, AIDS, mainly infections. These work great for infections. That's what a homeopathic remedy is. Make sure that you're drinking water. That just goes without saying, but how hard is it to drink 96 ounces of water? The rule of thumb is a quart of water for every, a quart of water for every 50 pounds of body weight. So you're drinking 3 quarts if you're 150 or more. If you're less than 150, then you would just, reduce it down. Obviously, I use clear water. I use reverse osmosis water or Berkey water. Make sure, because you don't want to reintroduce toxins by drinking badly filtered water. Especially don't drink tap water, because you'll just Google it and you'll see all the things that are inside tap water. Make sure you eat good. Eat a lot of vegetables. Don't eat a lot of sugar. Sugar attracts disease. And you try to follow the diet as long as you can. And take my lead. If you're on a complete protocol for homeopathics, you want to be on that good diet for as long as possible. But when you're coming to see me, I'm going to put you on a good diet so that you can accomplish your goals. So I am Dr. Paul, and it's good to see you again, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next video.